Hello, welcome back to the Togetherness-Fulfillment method and philosophy series for creating unshakable romantic relationships. In this episode, we will explore how a relationship of togetherness-fulfillment is different than other romantic relationships, especially unhealthy relationships of codependency. Let's get into it. Do you think that couples who want to be all the time together are codependent? Do you have any other unhealthy beliefs like this one? Do you think that all couples who are closely together are codependent or needy because so far this is what your experience has shown you? Do you believe that because most people you have seen exhibit unhealthy behaviors, everyone else is going to have the same negative behavior too?
In our time, most romantic relationships are either relationships of stagnation and compromise, relationships of abuse and misery, relationships of indifference where partners are just housemates, relationships only for sex, relationships to meet inferior needs for validation, relationships created out of fear of rejection, relationships for social status, relationships for personal gain and profit, relationships that happen because they accidentally got pregnant, relationships of dependency, or at best, relationships where partners get along and have a good time together. We're here to show another way, the way of togetherness-fulfillment, the way of not only understanding your partner, but becoming your partner with a divine unity. So, when you hear that in togetherness-fulfillment, partners do everything together and are each other's everything in this world, don't confuse togetherness-fulfillment with codependency because of limiting beliefs, negative experiences, lack of knowledge, lack of awareness, and following blindly society's enslaving views of romantic relationships. Codependency is a problematic state of imbalance, ignorance, weakness, and insecurity, whereas togetherness-fulfillment is a state of health, balance, awareness, strength, unity, and true and unconditional love. A codependent relationship is about the couple's survival in a world full of demands, difficulties, and challenges. To cope and survive, partners need each other's validation. However, a relationship of togetherness-fulfillment is not about survival, but about the couple's evolution in this world of demands, difficulties, and challenges, as the partners consciously choose to be inseparable together. Rather than depending on each other, they stand side by side, strong and resilient as equals. In the state of togetherness-fulfillment, we are together as a couple not because we cannot function individually as in codependency, but because we choose to triumph together as one. That is, we understand that we are not just a couple, but an unstoppable force of love. And we use words such as divine to describe the unity with our fulfilled reflecting self, because togetherness-fulfillment is a phenomenon of existence that can't be explained decently with words, a state of being that surpasses the capacity of the human brain to comprehend such unity, a force that transcends human nature and thus is our way to evolve. You need to experience togetherness-fulfillment to understand its inexplainable power, and when you experience togetherness-fulfillment, you will live life in a way that you could not possibly imagine before. Where in typical romantic relationships, partners usually prioritize their own needs over their partner's needs, are ignorant and not willing to commit to self-improvement, they haven't got their relationship as the number one priority, they don't have a common path in life, they are mostly guided by fleeting emotions, inferior needs and insecurity, misinterpret infatuation as love, have demands and expectations from each other, think their relationship is a form of transaction to give and take and fill inner voids, criticize each other, act like immature children to get attention, are stagnant and compromise, seek convenience and not growth, complain without taking responsibility and action, want to spend time apart, fight without knowing why and how to improve, give frequently control to their emotions and negative elements, lie to each other or hide the truth, don't see each other as equals and believe one is better than the other, give up easily in the face of difficulties, seek fulfillment in external situations, and end up being like housemates. Togetherness-Fulfillment comes to change that in a magnificent and transformative way. And if you are in any of these situations in your romantic relationship, know that you can change in the most unbelievable positive way, the way of togetherness-fulfillment. This raw and complete spiritual nakedness in which, as a couple, you know each other deeply and work daily to improve yourselves. And this complete spiritual nakedness drives you more and more to be together.
So, this is a brief explanation of how a relationship of togetherness-fulfillment is completely different from a typical romantic relationship and unhealthy relationships of codependency. Now, it is time for self-reflection. Write down your answers and be honest. If you are single, answer the following questions. Have you ever been in a relationship of codependency? Have you ever been in any other unhealthy relationship we mentioned in this episode? If yes, what have you learned about yourself from these relationships? How will you use these lessons to create a remarkable relationship with your fulfilled reflecting self, i.e. your life partner, when you meet them? If you're a couple, answer the previous questions to identify the lessons you learned about yourself from previous unhealthy relationships, if you had any. Do you in your current romantic relationship have any of the characteristics of a relationship of codependency and an unhealthy typical romantic relationship? If yes, why do you have these negative relationship characteristics? What can you do to improve this? What improvements do you need to make in yourself and your relationship so you can experience togetherness-fulfillment? Discuss your answers with your partner. Find your similarities and differences, and start a meaningful conversation. Listen to each other with respect, understanding, and undivided attention. Discuss what you have learned from this introspection and your discussion. Write down these lessons and what you will start doing from now on to improve your behaviors and your romantic relationship. Identify the qualities and strengths you have that will help you overcome any difficulty you might face. Clarify the motivators and reasons that will help you stay accountable, take action to change, and stick to your improvement. Find ways that you can make this evolutionary process fun and enjoyable so you can smile and laugh more with your life partner. Understand each other deeply and unite as one, guided by the miracle of togetherness-fulfillment.